Hi everyone, welcome to Tech Time. On today's Tech Time, we're looking at how to host an online meeting. So there are many different programs out there that are all free and open for you to try, which will do pretty much the same thing. We're going to take a look at what some of these programs are, how to access them, and just a quick little run through of how it works. So enjoy, get ready to host your online meeting on today's Tech Time. So thanks for joining us today. We're going to start by looking at some of the easier to access programs, especially if you already have like a Google account. So we're going to start from our Google account, and then we're going to take a look at how to use other meeting applications that are out there. So first, with Google, anytime we're going to use apps, we're going to look for the one that is in the corner. It's a little group of buttons here. It says Google Apps. We click on that, and then we go down to Meet. And it's the same icon that Hangouts used to use. Hangouts isn't really used as much. Meet's kind of taken its place because having the ability for multiple people to join in and meet together kind of outweighed the one-on-one chat function. But anyway, you click on Meet, and that'll take you here to the site where you can sign in to start creating your own meeting. If you plan to use this on a device that's not a desktop type computer like a laptop or an actual desktop, so in other words, you're going to use this on your phone or tablet, then you will need to download the Meet app. And you can download that from your Play Store. Just go right to the Play Store, search Meet, and then it'll come up. You just download it, and it'll be set to go on your home device. If you are using a tablet or a phone, make sure you are connected to your Gmail account, because that's how you will be connecting to this app. If you don't have a Gmail account, you can always create one. So here we are at the meeting screen. If you are the one who is planning to host this meeting and get things kicked off, then you're going to click on the green button that says New Meeting. If you've been invited to the meeting and you want to join it, you should have a code or a link that you can enter, and that'll take you into the actual meeting space. Since we're hosting the meeting, we're going to click on the green button. And so it's going to give us a few options here. We can get a meeting link to share. We can just start an instant meeting, or we can schedule this through Google. Now, there are some advantages to any of these. Getting a meeting link to share will just give you a URL that you can then say post on Facebook or send through an email, and whoever you send it to will have the meeting link to join your meeting. If you're just going to start an instant meeting, which we'll do in just a moment, it'll take you right to the meeting screen. And then the bottom option where you can schedule it in the calendar. This is great if you're trying to schedule meetings for different dates throughout the month. So you can invite people to these meetings, and it will give them the automatic link as part of that invitation. And so when it's the day of the meeting and it's time for people to gather up, they would go to the calendar invite, open it up for the details, click on the link, and it'll take them straight to the meeting. Right now we're going to do the instant meeting just so we can see. Now it is going to mark my camera as being off because I'm using the camera to record this right now. but normally it would show that your camera is being used for the meeting. And so it's kind of a simplified version. If you're used to like Zoom, you'll notice that it's not as robust as that program happens to be. So your options are to just join the meeting or present, which allows you to share your screen. This means that you don't have to be seen necessarily. Like if you're trying to do a remote learning thing and you don't want to show yourself necessarily, you can choose to present and then just do screen share only. The options for this, get rid of that. So you can have captions. Choose where the video and audio is coming from. And that's pretty much it. So again, these are marked as off right now because they're currently being used by the recording program I am using to make this. But if I wasn't doing that, these would both light up green, showing that I have audio available and video available to whoever is going to be in this meeting. So since I'm joining with nothing, I won't be able to talk or be seen, but that's okay. And then it gives you the link, which you can now share with other people. Or you can go and just simply add people and send them an invite. And the screen doesn't have a whole lot here to it. It's pretty simple and straightforward. There's also an area where you can send attachments to others who are here taking part in it, so that everyone has it. And then there's your screen share to present. So that is Meet, which everyone who has a Gmail account has instant access to. Alright, we're going to end this. Now, Zoom, I'm sure most of you are familiar with. And if not, it's okay. We're going to talk about Zoom. We do have full videos on just using Zoom, so feel free to check those out if you want greater detail. You will have to create an account with Zoom. Now they have two different tiers. They have a paid tier account and a free account. The free account is kind of limited on what you can do and for how long, but it will allow you to just have a meeting. The paid account gives you a lot more options as how the meeting can be arranged, set up, what you can do. You can even create a webinar instead of a meeting if you have the paid version. What that does is allow you to, instead of being able to see everybody that's in attendance, they would only see you, the presenter, and not each other. If you've ever attended a webinar, you know what that's like. Now, I do have an account, so I'm going to go ahead and just access my account. When you create your account, it will ask you for an email and a password, and then you can set up your profile. It will automatically assign you a meeting ID number. Everything else you can customize and fill in yourself. There are a lot of little different things that you can set as standards. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. So these options here allow me to do certain things, like when I'm in a room, Oh, see, these are the special features that you have to be able to pay for. But you can just kind of go through and decide how this works out. So right here under the personal, beside your profile, you can go to meetings and set up your meeting. So you would schedule it, determine what time, um, who's going to attend, how many people, etc. You can't do webinars. That's a paid feature. You can record, and you can personalize it. So under the settings here, you can manage the meeting settings, like require a code, like a password in order to enter the meeting, force people to go into a waiting room rather than just go directly into the meeting itself, so they can be brought in. That's a nice feature if you're trying to do like interviews. So you might have your team doing interviews, and you guys can sit and discuss, and then when someone's ready to be interviewed, you can bring them from the waiting room into the meeting, conduct your interview, and then put them back out so you can have your discussions. These are the options for recording and options for allowing people to call in through telephone, which is something that you can do with Zoom and you can't necessarily do with some of the others. So it's a nice feature, especially if you don't have access to a computer with a video screen. If you need more assistance with this, there are some wonderful links down here on the left hand side where you can go to a live training, watch their video tutorials, which are pretty good, or use the knowledge base, which is kind of like a chat feature. Now, actually joining and hosting the meeting is pretty simple. Besides being able to set it up here, you can just click here where it says host a meeting and choose if you want to enter with video on, video off, or just do a screen share. Or if you're joining the meeting, you can just click on join meeting, and it'll bring up a separate window for you to put in the meeting code, and then it'll take you into the meeting. So I am going to host a meeting. Here's the open link. It does open a separate box here, window, and there's our meeting screen. Again, if you want to learn more about how to use all the features here, please check out our video on using Zoom. Alright, I'm going to end that. And now we're going to talk about two things that you probably haven't thought of yet for having a meeting. Facebook is another option that we have available if you want to use it for creating a meeting. Now, of course, the obvious drawback is everyone who participates has to be able to access Facebook. The other downside to using Facebook is their feature is called Rooms. And when you create a room, you're pretty much giving anyone who is a friend of yours on Facebook permission to enter that room. Not that people just go around jumping in the random rooms. I have not seen that, but the potential is there. Which brings me to my next point. In order for people to join your room, they have to be friends. Which means if you're trying to have like a business meeting and you don't necessarily want to be friends with all the people who are participating, might not be the best venue for your meeting. But if you're trying to meet with like friends and family to discuss, upcoming events, if you're having a party. You know, Zoom parties have kind of been all the rage lately because you can't have actual big parties at your houses or at the pizza places right now. But you can still celebrate by having like little chat rooms. And so Facebook rooms might be a good venue for that because most of the people that you probably would invite to a birthday party are the people that you are probably connected with on Facebook already. So this is more of the fun chat room. So you can invite certain people from your list to get things started. Choose when you want this room to kick off, and when you start the room, again, this is Facebook, so it's all about having a little bit of a good time. So you can decide what the purpose of this room is. It's just my room, or it's just hanging out, keep me company. I'm bored at home. um, Happy hour, graduation party, coffee chat. There's so many things in here. Birthday party, dance party. So whatever the purpose of your room is, you can choose that, and then it will post it to Facebook saying, telling all your friends that you have created this room and that they are welcome to join this room. So I'm going to create a hanging out room. So I can invite all my friends or specific friends. And then I can schedule this to be a later thing. Like if it's a birthday party and I want to, schedule this for Friday at 5 o'clock, I can do that. Or I can just go, nope, we're doing this right now. And then once everything's ready to go, you create the room. And now it's asking me to, send my friends an invite, letting them know that I've created this room, because, you can't really have a room if you don't have anyone with you. I'm just going to click done, join my room. Again, we're going to have the same problem as we did with the previous rooms because it's trying to access the microphone and camera for the room, which it's not going to be able to do. But anyway, when you do have all this in place and you're not using it for something else like I am, you can then enter the room, copy the link, send it out to other people, and have your virtual meeting. Okay, I am going to close this. And this brings us to our final program, Skype. I'm sure some of you have heard of Skype before. It's one of the original chat programs that has been out on the internet, owned by Microsoft. It's a wonderful program for connecting with people, chatting. They've really done a great job of kind of keeping it updated over the years, and now they have the meeting option. So we're going to create a Skype meeting. And what's great is you don't have to necessarily have an account. Notice I have not signed into this yet to use it. All you do is go right to it, decide when your meeting is going to be, or what you want to call your meeting, create it. Gives you a link that you can now share with everybody else that wants to participate. Start your call, which is basically starting the meeting. Okay, so this is where things can be a little bit tricky with Skype because it's a lot easier if you actually have a Skype account that you can sign into. Not necessary because you can sign in with Facebook or some of the other accounts that you might already have with Microsoft. But if you're using this on, say, a mobile device, you definitely want to download the Skype app and run it through there, because it'll be a lot easier. Again, you will need to sign in the same kind of way, but it's another great option because other people can join you pretty easily. Okay. Some other things that are great about the Skype program here. It does use a lot of the Skype features, such as recording, blurring your background, screen share, some of the standard things that we're just kind of used to now. But yeah, the key thing is, as it says here, invite anyone, even if they're not on Skype. They can be invited and they can join through the unique link. So, nice little option. Well, that's it from us here at Octavia Public Library. Hope I've given you the tools you need to conduct your own meeting from home. And please, as always, feel free to contact us if you have any questions, problems, issues. We are happy to help and here to help. And do check out our other videos. We have many tech time videos that you can look at, as well as other fun things to do, like Crafty Kids and Creativity Corner, our Talking Tuesdays. So check it all out, and don't forget to leave likes, comments, and all that good stuff down below. Have a great one, and we'll catch you next time on Tech Time.